Hey, second grade. All right, are you ready for our STEM challenge this week? It involves an egg and vinegar. All right, are you ready? The challenge is, how can we dissolve the shell of an egg? Is it possible? Can you do it with just vinegar? We will see, we will see. But luckily, I've already started. I have filled out my scientific method paper. I have asked the question, can an eggshell dissolve in vinegar? I made a hypothesis, which is an educated guess. I think it probably can. I tested my hypothesis. I analyzed the results and I drew a conclusion. So make sure that you have that paper. So what you're going to do for this challenge, it takes at least 48 hours, depending on your egg. If you have larger eggs at your house, it might take a little bit longer, and the different types of chickens that lay the eggs, you know. So it all depends on what kind of egg you get. So yours might take longer, or it might take less time. So you're asking the question right now to yourself, how in the world is the shell going to dissolve and leave the membrane, which is, you know, the insides, all of the insides? Because not only is it gonna, you know, completely disintegrate, you can bounce this. And so we're gonna get to test that here in a second with what I have. So I'm kind of scared. And I know probably Maddox, Noah, you guys are probably hoping, come on, break. I hope Miss Burr breaks the egg one, all right? Oh, I hope not. All right, so the eggshell is made up of calcium carbonate. When the egg is soaked into the vinegar, a chemical reaction begins. The carbon dioxide is released, so that is the little bubbles that you see, and you're gonna notice that. They're gonna, right when you put it in a couple hours later, you're gonna see bubbles. And so that is the carbon dioxide that's released. And then it's going to start dissolving the eggshell. The membrane of the egg will remain, and that is going to be the rubbery part. And so it's just going to take just 48 hours, depending on, like I said, what type of egg, but you're going to get to play with it afterwards. You're going to get an egg that is squishy, and I'm going to show you. Let me wipe it all off. You're going to get an egg that is squishy, and it can bounce. Is that not so cool? So you'll see that it looked like this at one point, and notice, I want you to kind of compare a little bit. It's a little bit bigger too, isn't it? And then you can see the inside, the yolk. If you hold a flashlight up to it too, you'll be able to see it as well. And it's just floating around in there. But this is literally a bouncing ball. Now, you're not going to slam it down because it might bust everywhere, but you definitely, okay, I really want you guys to see it bounce, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that. But it bounces. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so it's supposed to bounce. Yours might bounce. Hey, isn't that what is so fun about science, is that you never know if your results are going to oh my goodness. Okay, guys, so that's your challenge this week. Bye.